What's up guys, Lightning Collector here, and today we are going to take a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Yellow in Space Ranger. And I've already done a review on MMPR Black and Zeo Red, and now I'm doing a review on this one, which will be my last review of Wave 6, because I'm definitely not getting that new Goldar that they re-released, because, oh god, I just think it was so stupid of Hasbro to re-release that figure so soon, and there's really nothing different about that Goldar. But anyways, I'm just so happy that Hasbro's finally getting to In Space, because In Space is my favorite season of Power Rangers, which you probably hear a lot from a lot of other fans, but it is true, it is a very good season. But yeah, I'm just so excited to finally have this figure, and I can't wait to open it. So let's just start off by taking a look at the packaging. So here it says Power Rangers Lightning Collection Yellow In Space Ranger. You got the Yellow Ranger art and the window box packaging. You have the In Space TV show logo, and you have the CGI render, and of course the art wraps onto the side here, and that is it for the packaging. And here we have the figure out of the packaging. So first we are going to take a look at the accessories. So first we're going to take a look at her Astro Blaster, which is nicely painted, and I believe it is a lighter shade of blue compared to how it was on the show. And sadly, it doesn't combine with the Star Slinger to form the combined mode. And here we have the Star Slinger, which is a very cool and neat looking weapon and has a pretty nice paint job as well. And here we have the effects piece, which is very cool. I like how it's unique to her Star Slinger, and it's not like every other generic effect that's in this line. And then next we have the separate set of hands. As you can see, she comes with one karate chop hand and a fist hand. And now moving on, we have the civilian head sculpt of Ashley, which, just like the Tommy figure, the head sculpt in person, or it looks way better in person compared to how they looked in the promo shots. I have to say, Zach's head sculpt has to look the worst, and this one has to be the best in Wave 6. And yeah, I liked how they did the hair. I really liked how they captured it. I think it looks pretty good. And now moving on to the figure itself, here we have the Yellow Space Ranger figure. As you can see on the helmet, there is one issue, which is the black not filling in that whole space, that whole circle area on their helmet, but it's okay, it's not that noticeable. But other than that, there are no paint issues or anything I see on this figure. Yeah, other than that, it's perfect. I really liked how this figure came out, but that part on her neck, it's not supposed to be gold, it's actually supposed to be more of a mango-ish yellow, but that's okay. I think it makes the figure look cooler, I guess. Moving on to the articulation, it can look up that far, look down that far. You have a chest swivel, you have the ab crunch, 360 in the arms, and a single joint, and you have the wrist articulation. And moving on to the legs, we have the thigh swivel, double knee joint, boot cut, ankle pivot, ankle rock, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, and of course the figure can do the splits, and it is a bit hindered by the skirt piece, but not too much, and it can kick that far and cannot kick back, of course. And I like how the skirt piece feels. I really like the material, and I believe it's thinner than what they used on the Pink Ranger for the Mighty Morphin Rangers. And yeah, I really like how this figure came out. I almost forgot to include this in the video. I realized during editing that I didn't record the comparison between her and her Legacy counterpart, but here is the Legacy version of the Yellow In Space Ranger, and as you can see, the superior one is Lightning Collection. You can see that it has more realistic proportions compared to the Legacy one. It has the wrinkles in the suit, while this one is more of an overly exaggerated female body mold, which I didn't really like, and she does suffer from loose joints, and she had a hard time standing up since she was such a skinny figure. And here are the comparisons between their Astro Blasters. Of course, I'm not comparing any of the other accessories because the Legacy figures only came with sidearms. But as you can see, the blue, the blue on this one is much more darker than the Lightning Collection one. And to be honest, of course, Lightning Collection wins this, obviously. Bandai, your figures were great, but they were only great at the time. And here we have the figure in all of its glory, and wow, she looks amazing. I can't wait for Hasbro to release the rest of the Space Rangers, because not only was In Space my favorite season, not only were they my favorite Ranger team, I also loved the cast that portrayed these characters. I'm usually not getting these figures for the civilian heads, I'm just getting the figures for the figures and how nice they look and how cool they look. But for the one time, I think In Space will be the only season where I actually want the figures so I can have the actor heads on them, you know? I just really liked that cast so much. Hopefully Hasbro doesn't do them dirty and give them shitty head sculpts. But anyways, yeah, like the effects piece too. I really dig the effects piece, how it's unique to her Star Slinger. I just really like how it's not a generic effect for once. And the suit designs for the Space Rangers translate very well to the figures. And yeah, I'm just so happy that Hasbro's finally getting to In Space. And final verdict is I highly recommend you pick this figure up if you're a huge fan of In Space. But even if you're not a huge fan of In Space, I still think she's a must-have for your Lightning collection because she's a very, very nice looking figure. And well, you're going to be hearing that a lot from me for every figure I'll be reviewing on this channel. It's because, well, even though Lightning collection isn't 100% perfect, I'm still going to buy them anyway, and I still appreciate Hasbro for what they're putting out there. And yeah, just support the line, guys, because these figures are still amazing no matter what imperfections they have. But that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on my social media. Links will be in the description below. And see you guys next time.